welcome to our webinar on Masters by Research. My name is Owayolu Media and I'm excited to be with you today. In this session, we'll be focusing on a unique postgraduate pathway, the Master by Research, which some people still call, some university call it MRes. You must have heard it, MRes, and sometimes some call it ResM. And how you can move to UK with your family as an international student. I will be exploring what Masters by Research is and who is it ideal for, how to apply, which include tips for writing a strong research proposal and affordable tuition option. So before the end of this webinar, we'll be telling you about MRes courses, the requirements, what are the documents needed for MRes course, and we're going to be talking about giving you schools, list of schools and the courses that is available, and then we're also going to be talking about who is ideal for. Now, right from the start of this, let me tell you that there's going to be two phases to this webinar. So let's take this as maybe phase one. Yes, because we will not be able to talk about the study part and then the visa part. We can't combine the two together. It will be too much for the to combine it together, and it might take much of our time. Yeah, so we'll be dealing mainly on masters by research and the study route. What are the requirements needed, and how can you get admitted, and who is it ideal for, and the list of schools that we have currently that we're in partnership with that can get you where you can get this admission, and then your courses also. So once again, you are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome once again. So going forward, we are starting now proper. Uh, this is the testimonial. If you can, I hope you can all see my screen, please. I hope we can all see my screen, please. I hope we can all see my screen. Okay. Okay, please. If you can see my screen, can you please wave a hand, please? Please, can you wave your hand if you are seeing my screen? Just click on the hand icon there and let me see those hands, please. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel Lawson. Thank you. All right. So now that I'm sure you can see my screen, I will go into. All right. So here are the testimonials of some of our students, just like we always do. We have Nottingham Trent University here. It is a Masters by Research course, actually. This is University of Sunderland, and we have Ulster University. Now, let me say this. We get these loads of this admission for some of our students in few weeks, especially if it is UK, in weeks we get this admission, and we cannot, you know, we cannot paste everything here for you guys to see. So we just pick two or three of them to just show you that yes, people are getting the admission. Now, what do we hope to accomplish in today's webinar? Number one, we hope to understand what an MRes is. That is how it differs from a thought master and who is it best suited for. We're going to be talking about the benefit of pursuing a research-based master, whether for academic or advancement or career growth. We're going to be learning about the admission requirements, which include how to prepare a strong research proposal, get familiar with UK universities that offer these programs, type of courses available, and then we're going to be going to the question and answer session where you can ask us question. And note, please kindly ask your question, because after this session and you're not asking a question, then you have to send us a DM. So if you have not been paying attention, please kindly follow me from here now, please. Kindly follow. Uh, all right. So why Masters by Research is a smart pathway for moving to the UK with your dependents. Now, as many of us may already know, UK has stopped allowing most international students on regular taught master's program to bring dependents, that is, spouse and children, not parents now, spouse and children, with documents to show that this is your spouse and these are your children. This change has made it difficult for family to relocate together through the traditional postgraduate route because, like we know before, just ordinary masters, of course, you can go with your dependents, but now it has been restricted to either masters by research or PhD. Now, however, what many people don't realize is that there is still a legal and effective pathway that allows you to move to the UK with your family, and that is through the research-based degrees, like the masters by research, MRes, and the PhD program. Now, unfortunately, we still get a lot of questions. Some of our customers still, when they come around or through chats, either from Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, and they ask questions like, "Can I still move to the UK with my spouse and kids?" And they'll be like, yes, of course. And some of them are actually amazed, like, really, is this still possible? Oh, well, it is possible. And this is why we're bringing this to you this time. And which shows that many people are really not aware that this option still exists. Going so what is an MRes? Now, MRes is a master's by research, is a postgraduate degree that is focused mostly on independent research rather than classroom lecture. So we have MRes, the research one. So we have different masters. There is masters that where you are taught and then you do research, and there's one where there is pure research. Now, the masters whereby you be taught and then you do research does not allow dependents, please. But the one that has to do with pure research, independent research, rather than classroom lecture. But then, independent research does not mean you'll be left alone. That means you still be assigned to a supervisor who will guide you and provide feedback and help shape your research throughout the program. It is still an independent research, but then, of course, you need someone to oversee what you're doing. Yeah, so the school will assign to you a professor that will guide you and provide feedback and help shape your research throughout the program. This route is also perfect for planning, for those that is planning to pursue PhD in the future, as it builds strong research skills and academic experience. Now, so that is what an MRes is. It's a research program, an independent research program where you do on your own, but then to be overseen by a supervisor, which is going to be allocated to you by the university. Now, next one we have, why is MRes, why is it ideal for family? Yeah, why is it ideal for family? Because you say travel to UK with your family. So why is MRes ideal for family? Many MRes programs still allows you to move to the UK with your dependents. Now you see, look at that sentence now. Many MRes programs still allows you, which means you need a professional. You need a professional to help you with these things, because it is very possible for you to just pick a university, you go to a university and you see a course and they say masters in by research, and you just click on it and you start applying. And at the end of the day, maybe after making your deposit, you get to know that you can't move with your dependents. So please, many so not all MRS program will actually allow you to move to UK with your dependent, right? So there are selective courses and schools that allows this, which is why you need a professional to help you with these things. Now, it provides a smoother transition for those interested in staying long term and progressing to PhD. Like I said earlier, yeah, it helps in progressing to PhD. You gain a high quality UK degree, of course, and then you get to keep your family together. You make more money, you keep family together, everybody's happy. Now, important note, please. Not all research masters degree allows dependent. I've said that earlier. So some degrees are taught plus research. That is, so when we have taught plus research, it means these are not qualified for bringing dependents under UK immigration rules. Now, to be eligible, you must apply to a purely research-based course, which is why it's important to get professional guidance during this application. Now, like I said earlier again, please, if you are not an expert in this, do not just go to any university and apply for masters by research and expecting that you can move to UK. Please, so don't let your own case be like OYO, please. So at Fly IBAT, we specialize in helping you. So what will we do? What do we do? We help in choosing the right MRes program that fits your goal. We confirm that your course qualifies for dependents. We prepare a strong application, including a compelling research proposal, and then understanding the visa process for you and your family. Now, we have to put this because most times, in most cases, when some students, they get the masters by research course from a particular agency, and then they take the document and then they go to another agency to process the visa. If you are not that, if you didn't document most of those requirements, where there is a very high chance that you'll be rejected, because there might be an omission of documents. Yeah, there might be an omission of documents where you are moving a document from one agency to another. But then it is always appropriate that the agency that got the admission for you is also the agency that is processing your visa, because there are some requirements that most of these universities ask for. That is the agency that help you in getting this admission that can do that for you. So if you are going to process your visa, most of these documents will be needed. So if you are omitting any one of them, there's very high chance that your visa will be denied, please. Now, going forward, please. Now, let's talk about the admission requirement for Masters by Research. Kindly pay close attention to this. So, we have the degree certificate. Now, bachelor's degree, minimum of second class degree. Minimum of second class degree. Now, academic transcripts that show all grades and course modules, of course, are curriculum vitae, that is your CV, which must include your work experience and clearly outline your job description and responsibilities. Please kindly note, when you're applying for masters by research to any university, they are not going to treat you like an undergraduate. Number one, you are not going to be treated like someone like a BSc holder. No, 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 because they expect that you have proper understanding, you've done research, you have experience. So, which means by the time you're writing your CV, you will not just say, I'm a teacher and I teach in so 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 school. What have you achieved as a teacher in that particular school? What do you do? I mean, outline your job description and your responsibility well in that CV and tailor it to the course you are applying to. Now, reference letter. So we need one academic reference and we need one professional work reference. Now, each letter should include the full name, title, email, and phone number of the recommender, please. Full name, title, email, and phone number of the recommender. Now, so we've talked about the certificate, you need the transcript, you need a very well detailed CV, we need reference letter, one academic reference, and one professional reference. And I said each of these should carry the full name, title, email, and full number of the recommender. Now, moving forward, an international passport, that is your biodata page, WAEC and NECO certificate, which is used to meet your English language requirements. And then we also have research proposal. Now, so just like when you're applying for a visa and you have to write SOP, and like your SOP has to do with, if you're writing the SOP for a student writing an SOP now for visa, you have to talk about the course, why you're choosing the course, why you chose the school, why that country, why are you going for it, why not go for other courses. Yeah. So your SOP helps in giving proper explanation to every other document that you also have. Now, just like SOP is for that, that is what your research proposal is doing here. Now, your research proposal is for the course that you are choosing. So, you are going for a master's by research, and maybe you are doing a course in chemistry. Now, you have to do a research proposal, that is, which has to involve a proposed research title, introduction to your topic. Now, all this has to be submitted even before your class, please, depending on the school you are applying to. Proposed research title, introduction to the topic, research aim and objective, research question. Now, a literature review, that is, you have to compare and discuss previous work that has been done in your field, and then you show how your work will build upon that, or how it's different from the existing research, which means you have to use proper citation and reference to avoid plagiarism. Now, note, this masters by research courses has different requirements by different university. It's based on case by case. So when case A might be different from case B, might be different from case C, and then school A is different from school B, school C. Like I said, not all school require this research proposal, but then some school ask for it. That is, when they ask you to submit all other document that I mentioned, they will say ask for research proposal. And then some of them still ask for ATAS. I will talk about that as we go on in this webinar, please. So kindly follow me, please. And if you have any question, kindly note your question. And by the time we get to the question and answer session, you can ask all your questions, please. You can ask all your questions. Now, admission requirement for MRes, Masters by Research in the UK. The academic qualification, second class upper, 2-1, strongly preferred. Second class lower, 2-2, may be accepted, but 2-1 applicants have higher chances. Third class degree is not accepted. HND holders not accepted for MRes courses, please. HND holders cannot do masters by research. Third class degree not accepted, but there is a small exception, please. And the exception is that third class with a completed postgraduate diploma, PGD, may be considered case by case. Now, you see, this case by case is in the sense that they will look at your transcripts, they will look at your experience, they will look at all the research that you've done as a third class graduate, and then you now have postgraduate diploma. That is how they will consider you. It is on that basis that they will consider you for masters by research. But then, evidently, second class upper 2-1 and second class lower 2-2. Yeah, they are strongly preferred. They are strongly preferred, please. They are strongly preferred. So going forward, also moving forward, I hope you are with me, please. I hope you are with me, please. If you are with me, can I see your hand once again, please? Can I see that hand, please? Can we raise those hand, please? Click on that hand icon. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please kindly follow me closely. Now, admission requirements for MRes, Masters by Research in the UK. Admission requirements. Now, so English language requirements, some university accept WAEC or NECO English, but this depends on the age of the result. So when you're applying for a Masters by Research, if your WAEC result is more than 10 years, there are some schools that they reject it. And there are times when some WAEC results are more than 20 years. So they sometimes they reject it, but then there's a way around it. Now, so kindly follow me, please. Some university accept WAEC or NECO, that is minimum of 6 years, but this depends on the age of the results. Now, some schools reject WAEC or NECO older than 10 years. Alternative English proof. Now, if WAEC or NECO is not accepted, then what do you do? So if your WAEC is more than 10 years, your WAEC is more than 20 years, what should you do? Now, what you can do is this. There's what we call medium of instruction, that is letter from your university or your employer, yeah, mode of instruction, or an English proficiency letter from your workplace stating that you've been communicating in English. Now, so most of these university, once they see that your WAEC is older than 10 years, they'll send you a mail and they'll tell you that you should get an English proficiency letter from your workplace stating that you've been communicating in English, or a medium of instruction letter from your university or your employer. Now, if your WAEC is more than 20 years, please, mandatory IELT. You have to write IELT, please. If your WAEC is older than 20 years, many schools require you to take IELT or another approved English test, regardless of your background. So like I said again, these conditions is based on this university, different requirements. Now there are actually university that does not care, they don't care about your WAEC. Yeah, they don't care about your WAEC being 10 years. As long as you have WAEC, they accept. So these are the conditions that are involved in masters by research, please. So as we continue, you get to see most of these universities. I will talk about some universities and I will give you some proper breakdown of these universities also. So we've been able to, on this webinar so far, we've been able to talk about the admission requirements. We've talked about what we can do for you. You know what an MRES course is now currently. Now, with this now, so the fact that we know what MRES course is, we know who is ID for an MRES course, who can apply for it. And then we also know the admission requirements that is needed for an MRES course. Now, we're going to be taking you now to universities without wasting much of our time. We'll be taking now to universities so that you can see the list of requirements for each of these universities. So we broke down 3 universities for you, and I'll give you a list of other universities also that we are in partnership with and the courses that some of them have for us, please. So going forward, available schools and courses. And number one here, I have University of Wolverhampton. Now, University of Wolverhampton is located in Wolverhampton, United Kingdom. Now, courses available, we have MRes in Business and Management, MRes in International Relations, MRes in Public Health. Now, key details. You can see here now, research proposal is not required, but note please. Now, when they say research proposal is not required, on getting to the school, because why we were making research and based on experience of some of our students, you get to know that even though some of these schools are not asking you for this research proposal, on you getting to the school, your professor or your supervisor would or might ask you to write a research proposal. It might not be as you might not need to actually explain more like you would when you are getting the admission, but then you still need to actually explain a bit of it. But when you're on getting admission for University of Wolverhampton, research proposal is actually not required. Now, your statement of purpose SOP is required. Statement of purpose SOP is required. Uh, English requirement for University of Wolverhampton now. So WAEC or NECO older than 10 years is not accepted at University of Wolverhampton. WAEC or NECO older than 10 years is not accepted. If your result is over 10 years old, you must provide a workplace English proficiency letter, please. A workplace English proficiency letter. If your WAEC is over 20 years old, then you must take either IELT or Oxford International English Exam for University of Wolverhampton. Oxford International English Exam or IELT. Now, tuition fee for Wolverhampton University, we have £15,500 to £15,900. A scholarship discount of 1,500 off the tuition, with a deposit of £5,000. Payment plans, no upfront full payment at enrollment, unlike Coventry University. If once you pay the deposit of 4,000 in Nigeria, once you get to UK, Coventry University want an upfront full payment of another extra 4,000. But unlike that, University of Wolverhampton don't want that. They don't do that. So that means in their payment plan, there's no upfront full payment at enrollment, and then you can still pay the rest in 3 to 4 installments payment. I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. The only if you look at this requirement that we've mentioned here, this university does not require research proposal, which might probably be a bit of stress to you. And depending on the course that you're actually applying for, also, we'll get to that one where I'm going to be telling you the meaning of ATAS also. And then right here, we see the English requirement. It said why connect older than 10 years not required, not accepted. So if you have any question on this, please kindly note the question, and it will be addressed. And the second school I have here is University of Central Lancashire. Some people call it the UCLAN. They call it UCLAN, University of Central Lancashire. University of Central Lancashire is located in Preston, UK. Courses available, we have Emirates in management, we have Emirates in sustainability and management, we have Emirates in medical science. And then the key details here. Now, research proposal is required for UCLAN, University of Central Lancashire. Statement of purpose SOP is also required, which means while you are submitting all those requirements that we mentioned earlier, the script, your transcript, your certificate, while you've submitted that, and then they will let you know also that you need a research proposal, you need a statement of purpose, which is why I said earlier that when you want to apply for this course, you need an agency that can start the process from the beginning to the end, that is the visa. Because any break in transition, or you taking a particular university that has given you admission from a particular agency, and then you are going to another for visa, there might be a little bit of problem, please. Because in the sense that when the particular school gives you an admission for masters by research, and they are asking for research proposal, they are asking for statement of purpose, you need proper follow-up. Yeah, because you might even miss emails. Yeah, you might miss emails. But then if you give it to a proper agency, they can do proper follow-up on, okay, your research proposal, your statement of purpose, if your work is more than 10 years, and all others, please. Going forward, now the English language requirement, WAEC is accepted even if over 10 years. Now, can you see the differences between each of these universities? Like I said earlier, case by case. Each, each university with its own requirements. And based on whatever document you are submitting to this university, you have to also check with you have to also check the website of the university to be sure that your requirement is okay, can flow with what university has already. So they said WAEC is accepted even if over 10 years old. No interview required for CAS issuance. Now, for University of Wolverhampton, please, you are going to be doing an interview. Yes, you'll be doing an interview before you get your CAS. For University of Central Lancashire, no interview is required for your CAS issuance. Now, tuition fee, a tuition fee of £16,900. Now we have scholarship or distance up to £2,500. Now, when I say scholarship or distance up to £2,500, it's at the discretion of the school, please. And how do they come about this? So when we have two one, there are different two ones, different grades to two ones. We have two two, there are different grades to two two. All right. So we have 2 point something two one, and we have 3 point something two. Sorry, we have 2 point something two two, and we have 3 point something two two two. So which means by the time they'll go through your transcripts, go through your certificate, they'll go through every document that you've submitted, and then by their discretion, they can tell you that, okay, oh, your discount will be 2,000, your discount will be 1,000, your discount will be 2,500. So it is at the school discretion. But you're going to be making the deposit of £5,000, please. £5,000. Also, the payment plan, they have flexible installment option at UCLAN University. And all this that I'm currently talking about is for September, October session, please. September, October, and also, of course, January, please. September, October, and of course, January. So please, as we Okay, so the third school I have for us here is University of Bolton. University of Bolton, which is located at Greater Manchester, United Kingdom. Now, the courses available, we have Emirates in Leadership and Strategy, we have Emirates in Logistics and Supply Chain, we have Emirates in Computing, Tech Bros, we have Emirates in Educational Leadership, we have Emirates in Artificial Intelligence, we have Emirates in Environmental Management, and we have Emirates in Islamic Leadership and Finance also. Now, these are the list of courses we have, and then the key details. Research proposal not required for University of Bolton also. Statement of purpose. So for statement of purpose here, required English language requirement, WAEC accepted even over 10 years old. So if your WAEC is over 10 years old, University of Bolton is saying you can come around. If all documents are well prepared and detailed, there is a high chance you won't be invited for an interview. So we give us these three universities so that you know the difference between each of these schools and based on their requirements. So the first university, University of Wolverhampton, is saying that their own as they are accepting WAEC. I mean, they are not accepting WAEC, but these other two are saying, irrespective of your work is still accepted, even if it's over 10 years. Now, University of Wolverhampton, you have to do interview. Now, University of Lancashire, you don't really need interview. You don't need interview for UCLan. But for University of Bolton here, they have to, so the decision for interview, they will decide if you need interview or not based on the document that you are going to be submitting to the school. So if all the document is well prepared and detailed, then there's a high chance that you will not be invited for an interview. But should there be an altercation or a mistake in any of those documents, or your document does not align with what you are saying, or anything at all, you'll be called for an interview, please. You'll be called for an interview. Now, we have a tuition fee for University of Bolton, a tuition fee of £15,900, scholarship and discount of £1,500, a deposit of £5,000. Of course, their payment plan also is very flexible. It's very very flexible. Now, I mentioned three schools, right? And I'm going to just give us a list of other schools also that is available. We have University of please don't mind my pronunciation. University of Gloucestershire, yes. And then we have Swansea University, we have University of Dundee, we have Liverpool Hope University, and we have University of Birmingham. Now, so if you are applying for Masters by Research to any of these universities, now you just need to know that after your transcript, your reference letter, your international passport, now what you now need to now contend with is just three things. Do they are they writing research proposal? Yes or no? You have to confirm. Do they accept work that is over 10 years, over 20 years? And if they are not accepting work that is over 10 years or 20 years, what is the condition that the school has stated for such people? That's number two. Then number three is the ATS. Now I'm getting to that also for each of these universities. That is actually what differentiates each of these universities. And if you apply for masters by research to any of these universities and their courses also. So I'm going to just talk about some frequently asked questions, and before we go to the question and answer session. So we do get this. What is the admission deadline for September, October intake for international students applying to MS courses in UK 2025 session? Now, the major time frame is between May through July 2025, but you can still extend to August. Actually, you can still extend it to August. But the reason why they are saying May through July is because there's a lot of documents to submit. There's a lot of criteria. There's a lot of documents. So you submit documents. Sometimes you get some information back in a week. Sometimes you get some information back in a month. Do you understand? So they are saying that if you need to do all that you need to do between May to July, if you are going to if you want to join the September October intake. Now some programs also close early if spaces filled quickly. So you say that when I was mentioning the most of these courses that we have in this university, those are the courses that is available. Those are the courses that you can go with your dependent. Now there are other courses, notes, but you see those courses that I mentioned are the courses that you can go with your dependent. So you know that quite a lot of people are actually applying to it. So if you are waiting till September, October for you to apply, I'm sorry to say, if once the program closes, it's closed. There's nothing we can do again. That is till January. and it's filling up a lot because a lot of people want to actually travel to UK and move their family. And also, should I say that it does not matter even if you have 7 children. Yes, if you have 7 children, as long as there's a document that says these are my children, they are not your cousin, they are not your nephew, and you cannot go with your parents. As long as you have, they are your children, even if they are cis, they can go with you. They can definitely go with you, please. They can go with you. Now, what is ATAS? Now, ATAS is what we call Academic Technology Approval Scheme. Now, so I'll just read to you a bit of it. So, the Academic Technology Approval Scheme (ATAS) is a UK security clearance required for certain international students, certain, not all, which means there are some universities in UK that will not actually ask for it, depending on the course that you are doing. All right. So, is a UK security clearance required for certain international students who want to study postgraduate level program in sensitive subject area. Now, why is it required for MRES application? And MRES is a research intensive degree and your project might involve topics. So they are saying that because you are studying masters by research and it has to do with research, it's research based, intensive research. So they are now saying as long as you are going for that research and your topic is considered sensitive to a UK national security. That is, if you are dealing with any of these fields, engineering, computer science, material science, physics, mathematics, aerospace, biotechnology, nuclear science. So if your course is in any of these, if you are doing any of these courses, with any university and the course allows you to bring in your dependent, such university will ask you to apply for 8 years. So how do you do this? They will send you a link. So that the university will send you a letter to be like a mail. In that mail will be everything that is needed for you to actually apply for this. So you go to the UK website, you apply for it. It's like a form. So you fill it up. After you are done filling it up, and then you submit, and then they will give you a certificate. Yeah, and with that certificate, and without this 8 years, so if a university in the UK is asking for 8 years and it is in their requirement, and you are applying for visa and you did not submit this 8 years, you will not be granted your visa, please. Your visa will not be granted because they would know. Yes, they would know, please. So if a university is asking for a research proposal, if you've passed the test of WAEC also, and such university is still asking for 8 years, that is, they need you to your course, the course you are applying for is in any of these fields that we have here: the engineering, com science, material science, physics, mathematics, aerospace, biotechnology, and nuclear science, and and you didn't submit the certificate given to you for your visa will not be granted, please. So it's a way for the UK government to prevent misuse of advanced technology for military or dual use purpose. I hope we are still following, please. I hope you are still following. I hope you are still following. And if you have any question right now before we run through the whole thing again, please. If you have any question now, please, you can kindly ask question. If you have any question regarding what we said so far, please, this is the time for you to ask questions, please. This is the time for you to ask your questions. This is the time for you to ask your questions. If you have any question regarding the webinar so far, because while we are thinking about our question, I'll just run through because I can see that some people are just joining us right now. Some people are just joining us now. So we've been able to talk about what a master's in by research course is and who it's ideal for. So it enables you and your family to travel to UK, and it's mainly for 2-1 students and 2-2 students. And for the third class students, they need to have a postgraduate diploma with lots of experience before they can be considered. Now we've talked about the document that is needed, the required document that is needed for each of these university. And we've been able to also state that different university has different requirements. Different university has different requirements. So if you have a question, please, you can just raise up your hand and would I'll pick you and you can just answer then you can just give us your question. Why we are still waiting for that also. So I said something we started this webinar that this webinar is going to be a two-phase because Masters by Research program has the application fee phase and it asks the visa phase also. Yeah. So today we're bringing to you the application phase, the documents required, and the list of universities that you can apply to, and to few courses also. Now, the second phase of this webinar which will be coming up within the next 2 weeks to this time, is going to be the visa phase, where we are going to be telling you about how each of the documents that we've mentioned earlier in the requirements, how it relates to your visa, and how the amount of prices for it that is needed. Because by the time you are going with your dependents and you are applying, there are list of prices that each of those dependents has to pay. I think people are still joining, please. Has to pay. So in our next coming webinar, we are going to be talking about the visa fees. So we are just going to remind ourselves of what the Masters by Research program is, and then we're going to going straight into the visa fees and the documents that is required for the visa fees, and how most of the documents mentioned here relate to your visa. So it makes it easy for you to get your visa. So it won't be you just apply for this and then you are getting denied at the visa fees also. So please, if you I think if you have any question, if you have any question at this point, you can. If there's anything that I've said that is not clear to you, you can ask your question, and before we would move on, any question at all, please. Anyone, any question? Because if you are not asking your question now and you have a question later, please, you would be sending us a DM. Also, most of the offers to some of these universities. So we get offers from this university. Most of those offers we always post it on our Telegram group, please. So one of my colleagues, they will be dropping the links now. Kindly click that link to join the Telegram group. In that Telegram group, you see the list of offers from UK, offers from Canada, and any other university. We drop it there also. And you can also join our Instagram also. Most of those offers are stated there. And lastly, if you need this particular document, uh, if you need this document, please would click the link for the registration. You have to register. So if you click that link and you register, we'll be able to send this document to you if you really need this document, please. And it's in the absence of no question. I hope you do understand this. So like I said, this is the phase one, and then the next comment will be the phase two, where we are going to be talking in details the visa phase of Masters by Research, and how you can then take all your family members, either six of them, seven of them, to UK with you. So the link has been dropped. Kindly click on the Telegram link to join for all the study offers that we have also. And if you need this document and you've not registered, please kindly register also. Kindly register, please. Kindly register. Kindly register. Uh, so in the absence of no question, I'll be thanking everybody for attending this webinar on Masters by Research, proudly organized by Flyabout, where we've explored what Masters by Research truly involve and which is most suitable for, and how it provides a strategic pathway for international students, especially those planning to move to the UK with their dependents. We've also walked through the institution offering Emirates and the admission process and the key requirements you need to prepare for a successful application. Is there a question? All right. For successful application. So at Flybats, our goal is to provide you with accurate guidance, honest insights, and practical support every step of the way. And we believe that with the right approach, a research-based master degree can open doors to long-term academic and immigration opportunities. So if you have any further questions or you need a personalized guidance or assistance, please feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you moving forward confidently. Thank you once again for joining us, and we look forward to supporting you on your journey to the UK. And like I said, do not forget, please, the second part of this webinar will be coming up in the next 2 weeks, which are going to be talking about the visa phase of the Masters by Research and every fee and every document that you need to submit. Yeah, you need to submit to get you and your family to UK. Thank you very much. And also, you can contact us, call or WhatsApp, our email. Our address is 42 Olowu Street, Ikeja, and our website is www.flyibats.com. So, in the absence of no question, I want to thank everybody once again for joining us. Thank you for your time, and I hope you've gained something today.
Fly iBots. Explore the world effortlessly.